Hi, my name is Max Wilson. I'm the Archivist for the Heritage and Education Centre, and this is my video on some really great top tips for using our register book of ships, or the register book, when you're finding the record for a particular ship. So this is our website. This is hec.lrfoundation.org.uk. And where do you find the register of ships? You can find it straight within this Archive and Library tab, and within this Digital Resources tab, right at the top, Lloyd's Register of Ships Online. So if you click that, it'll take you straight through to our online portal of all of the digitized copies of our register book series, which you can see when you scroll down. So first things first, what is the Lloyd's Register of Ships, or the register book? So it was an annually produced list of ships surveyed by Lloyd's Register from 1764 onwards. Technically, it was annually produced from 1775 onwards. And after the 1870s, it includes all ships over 100 tons, regardless of whether or not Lloyd's Register had surveyed them, or anyone else for that matter. So as you can see, we've got a great deal of them already digitized right here. We are in the process of digitizing all of this in-house. So currently, we're hoping to go all the way up until the year 2000. But for the time being, we have the records from 1764 till 1899. So as you can imagine, the register book's become quite technical as shipbuilding and technology changes, but there are some staples that remain all throughout this period. So this will just give you a really great overview as to what kinds of information to look out for and what kinds of stuff is going to be the most useful to you in your research. So if we pick one year, say for example 1834, and we go to that particular book and we scroll all the way down just to find, for example, this one, for example. So each register book is arranged alphabetically by ship name, and the record for a ship is along a particular line. So in this case, the very first entry in the 1834 register book is Aberton. So it'll give you the ship's name. It'll give you an abbreviation for the rig type right here. This S, that's for ship. It'll give you the master's name. So we get an awful lot of questions about masters. Masters are recorded or masters or captains, I should say, are recorded in the register book for steamers up until 1921 and for sailing ships up until 1947. Tons and sort of general dimensions, these change quite a bit, as you can imagine, but they're recorded right there. Under the build information, you have where it was built, so in this case, Ipswich in 1819. From 1859, you also get the name of the shipbuilder that starts to appear as well. So it's also another avenue to look at when you're researching through the register books. You also get the owners, in this case, a Shuttleworth, again, all abbreviated, where the port it belongs to is London. And from 1764 to 1873, you also get this destined voyage, in this case, London to Madras. And then lastly, right at the very end, the classification here. It's also worth pointing out that from 1872 onwards, you also get the official number that appears for each particular ship. That's, as I say, from 1873 onwards. So top tips. First, research. Always really useful to do as much background research on your ship as possible. If you've got a rough idea of where she was built, when she was built, what rough dates of service are, that'll stand you in really good stead when you're trying to find the records for the ship and to narrow it down. Names, they change. Really important to keep that in mind. Your ship's name may not be the original name that you're looking for, and vice versa. It may have subsequently changed. As you can also see as well, if we're looking at this one, Abena, you can see there are a lot of different ships that are also called Abena. So this is where your research will come in really handy in trying to narrow down exactly what ship you're looking for, because there are an awful lot out there. So beware of common names for ships. If you have, as you can see, any trouble understanding some of these abbreviations, it's really useful to go straight to this key right up here. So they had to abbreviate things due to sort of lack of printing space. And so you'll find explanations of the classification. You'll find the rig type here. You'll also find any kind of information like any repair work, whether or not she was coppered, doubled, sheathed. You'll also find as well what the abbreviations for the different types of timber used, as well more repair details as well, things like large repairs, top repairs, new whales. And then you'll also get the abbreviated surveying reports as well, all the way down here. So yeah, definitely a really good idea to always consult these if there are some that you're ever confused by. And lastly, my other top tip is if you're ever confused, go straight back to the website and just ask us. You should find it straight here in this Need to Contact Us page. And once it loads, you can go straight down and contact us directly. So those are my top tips. Thank you very much for listening, and happy researching.